Hi everybody, welcome back to the first video of 2022. It's been ages since we put anything on. That's our fault. We've been busy with loads of other bits and bobs, but just figured sun shining, sheds tidy, figured we might as well do a wee video and see if we can bring things back. So we thought we would carry on the Hougamont thing, and the garden and all the rest of it. Then we figured, I can't remember how to do anything. I can't remember how to upload, I can't remember how to do anything. So I thought this as a little refresher for myself, more than anything else really, we'd have a wee look at these trays for the 9 litre really useful boxes. The ubiquitous 9 litre really useful box. So if you remember, or you'll see on some of the other vids, we did the Brunswickers, and they were in these trays, and we got them away and sent them to their death. You can notice there that the flag guys are lying down. Do you see that? They're lying down. Because one of the problems that we found was that some things are too tall to fit. Namely, the Uhlans. So we needed a way of getting them to actually fit in. So Chris being Chris went away with to solve this problem and came up with a solution that I'm going to talk you through right now. So if you give us a minute, I'll just wiggle them to one side. Ooh. So let's get that out of the road. What he came up with was a stacking solution. So we'll show you them now. Them down there. So Chris being Chris went a little bit mad, which as he's wont to do, and he thought about ways of improving the system. So what he's come up with is codes, kind of. So this is a 2, and 2 just simply means you get 2 layers in. So that is a 2-1, so you get a 2-2, sorry, 2-2-1s would fit in, or you get a 2 stack and 2, and you then get a 2 stack and a 3. So his idea was that if you put your Uhlans on the very bottom, you can also have your infantry in the top, because there's this void for the lances, flags, pennants, any of that kind of stuff. But I mean, it works for other things, taller figures. At the back there's a Marine Dreadnought, for example, that can fit in there, which is all cool. Then he got a little bit more excited and then did a kind of a bigger range with the same idea. So you can understand, 3 in the stacks, 4s, and then 5s. But the good thing about these ones are, the good thing about all of it is, because he's got those grooves on the top, which you can see here, it means that everything can stack on everything else, so it doesn't matter what it is. You could have that in there, for example, and then you could have a 3-2 in there. So there's lots of different combinations you can get to get the box filled how you would like, which is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. So it's a good problem, well, a good way of solving the problem for pants and those kind of issues, but it's also good for, it also works out pretty decent for different sized figs. I did some measuring before up on stuff. If you could pass me the inside, thank you. So for example, a 3.2, which is this one, well, 3.2, a 3.1, 3.2 and 3.3 a Space Marine fits in it exactly the right height. But he's alright, so that's going to be your Horus Heresy. He'll fit in, as long as he doesn't have any guff sticking out, he's quite happy in there, because it's all the right height for him. But again, if you've got taller figures, you just wiggle some of them off. And then there's space for them underneath. So like, of a changeling, he'll fit in there. But then you could have this and this here. And what about those plague toads, Zach? How tall are they? Let's have a look. Let's see how tall they are. So they're, yep, again, they're just too tall for that one. You can see, but, so they really need a 2 size tray, which will be like sort of that one. But then there's not too much of a wasted gap, if you catch my drift. So that's cool. So you get the idea. So cavalry and stuff really need to go on a 2-2, sorry, a 2-2, 2-3, or 2-1. Some of the bigger things, Space Marine Terminators, stuff like that, need to go in the 2 range as well. But as we've seen here, normal Marines, which would be firstborns like these, or maybe some of, depending on the height again, some of them you might get away with them. Some of the Horus Heresy stuff you might get away with that in there, which means you would get, because it's a 3, you get 3 layers. So I mean, that's quite a lot of. It's really using the depth of a really useful box to its most, just to its absolute maximum capacity. The 4s, I was looking at the 4s as well before the 4. And 15mm stuff, because of the way the weapons are in my Macedonian army, the phalangites and stuff, they're just too tall for that. But that's not to say that's not got use for that for 6mm armies, micro tanks, that kind of thing. Because that's quite, I mean, that's quite narrow, not narrow, quite shallow, as you can see there, with a lovely Imperial Fist sticking out the top. But I mean, actually what we did find was these, and it was something that Jamie had come up with, and he was saying about these ones, the 5s and the 4s it had. He was saying that, you know, there's no reason why you couldn't shove that. If you had space in your tray, say you were going to play a Horus Heresy game and you had your Marines all in here, you could leave that in there, weak it out, weak that out, and there's nothing to stop you getting a couple of 5s in there, and 4 in there. So you could use that. He was thinking use that as a little kind of dice tray, put some felt in that, the shallow one, which was quite a neat idea. So I mean, even you could have that at the bottom. You could have you could start off with a very thin one at the bottom, and you could have your rule books, a little dice tray. So I mean, there's different combinations. That's basically what the idea was. So you can jiggle them all around, and they all fit together, which is neat. And they don't slide about. When you've got one on his own, because of the way the teeth are, they lock in as well, which is neat. So, and that's a 4 height there, so you get the idea. But no, so aye, what do you think of these? I thought they were pretty awesome, actually. Typical Chris to go completely over the top with a simple problem about lances, and then come up with all this range. But there you go. So there you go. The Vital Ground Creative 9-litre really useful box storage solution. There it is in all its glory. So yeah, hit him up if you want to figure out the prices and stuff. I'm not sure what he's going at now. Everything fluctuates so much with the way prices and everything go up for things at the moment. So I'm not sure what prices he's got on them. But no, what a brilliant way of carrying and storing your stuff. Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll see you in another one very, very soon. Bye.